I'm going to scroll down the bottom here, and I'm going to edit this satellite direct. That's the campaign I'm doing. And when you go in and edit a template, you can edit the content, design, settings, emails. So I'm going to go back in and I'm going to click on edit emails here. And this is I'm clicking on this, and it's the exact same as if I clicked on this area up here. So there's no difference. You'll see the campaign designs, campaign settings, content where we edited the template. Now I'm in the email responders. Now keep in mind, the person that comes into this offer is interested in watching movies online, so chances are if I'm going to present them additional upsell items, I want to make sure that they're consistent with the first offer and that type of individual. So in here, it's pretty simple. You hit Create Responder. It's this blue button here, and when you click that, the auto email responder system inside Launch-Ad2action is just incredibly easy. All you do is put in your subject line, and it can be something as simple as "Thank you." The person's going to get this email when they fill out the form. So I'm going to click on the source button. I'm going to just select everything that's in here and just delete it. It's a pre-existing template. I don't need it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this right here. This is where I can actually copy the name into the actual message, so when this is delivered, it actually pre-populates the person's name there. I'm going to say "Thank you for," and then you can put in your content, and then you simply jump down here and you can specify when you want this message to be sent. You can do it immediately, on specific days, 1 day after they fill out the form, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, and so forth. I'm going to go ahead and cancel this because I already set these up. I set one up here. This one goes out 1 day after they submit the form, and this one is sent immediately. So let's take a look at what I created already. So this message here is pretty simple. They come in the form. It says, if their name was Mike, thank you for your interest in Satellite Direct 3,500 channels directly on your PC. You can download the software using this link. I always like to send them the link to the software, because just in case they don't buy when they're looking at it, at least they check their email, and now they've got the actual link and they can go purchase it again if they'd like, or if they didn't do it the first time, they'll purchase it the second time, hopefully. I also throw in here, you might also be interested in streaming online movies. This is another product on ClickBank and game backup software. So I threw in 2 additional items there. So if they came and they looked at that and said, this is a cool software, they may want these other 2 softwares. Now, what I usually do is in the sequencing, this goes out immediately. And that's why, if you look right here, I have it selected as immediate. And then the next one I did was, I said great website, and this one goes out the second day. And if there's always a lot of theories about when you send out, when you do your follow-up, but I like to think of, I'm going to hit them at least every day, or at least a few times a week to stay in front of them. So in this one, I just threw in their name again. I thought you might like this site. You can download movies and save them to your iPad, iPhone, Android, or mobile devices. They have a one-time fee, good for 2 years of service. And I simply throw in my next upsell item, which is downloading movies as MP4s and so forth. So you can kind of fine-tune your offers to all be consistent with the original. And I tend to name that daisy chaining your offers together. But the idea is really I'm able to capture the traffic that previously I was going to send to that link, and lose it in the event that they didn't purchase. But now that I have their data, I can continually market to them additional information and services that are relative to what they originally wanted. So let's take a look at this ad real quick, and I'm going to pull it up, and I'm going to test it out. I'm just going to put in my name, and my name is Mike, and McAllister, my pseudo name. And I'll put in my phone number, or actually my email address, I'm sorry. And I'll just do mike@mike.com. Poor guy with that email address. Okay, When I hit submit, you'll notice it popped up a new window and it redirected me to the offer just like it was supposed to. All my branding's intact. It looks good. Mike@mike.com just got an email saying thank you. It sent the link to download this in the event they don't purchase. It then stuck him into the sequencing of the emails to receive future offers. And now it's time to market this. So the first thing I do when it comes to marketing is I right click on this right here on this page and I say view page source. Now what's cool about this is all the homework on most of the offers in ClickBank are already done for you, and the most important thing I'm interested in is this section here called keywords. And I want to just take all of these keywords here. This saves me time when I launch an offer. Okay, all the way over, don't stop. Okay, I'm going to just copy those and close that down. Next thing I do is I log into Launch-Ad2action's new ad intelligence engine. This is a service that's for premium. Oops, let me go over here. This is the final offer, but let me go ahead and jump over here. So this is what's called the Ad Intelligence Engine inside Launch-Ad2action. Right now it's in beta, so it's not available to everybody, but it will be released out underneath the premium license. But it's a super cool tool. First thing I like to do is go into what's called a URL scraper, and this tool is pretty incredible. What you do is you paste in all of those keywords that we just copied from that. And what I'm going to do is take out the commas, and I'm just going to put each keyword on its own line. Okay, and hopefully I haven't bored you guys to death, but once I have all the keywords on its own line, I'm just going to keep on going here. And these are some great keywords, all relevant to the type of offer that I'm doing. Now, keep in mind, when you're doing your marketing, the idea is to laser target that marketing. You want to make sure that the people that are receiving your message are people that are qualified, that are out there searching for your product. You don't want to be in the game of trying to convince somebody to buy your product. It's just not worth it, and the time and cost it takes is it's just too much. So I'm going to go ahead and back into that there. And what I basically have done with this is, and what this tool is going to do, is I copy in all of my keywords. And you know, I didn't have to create those keywords. They came standard on the ClickBank product template, and the person that created that took the time to run their analysis and do all their keyword Google tools and so forth to generate that list. And they do that to help us out so that we can sell more product. Now once I have that, it'll ask me how deep do I want to go in Google, Bing, and Yahoo. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to go and find all the websites that are using these same keywords. So I think I'm just going to go 2 levels deep, and I'm going to hit get URLs. Now what this is going to do is this begins a process, and it's going to process I believe 3 to 5 keywords at a single time. So it takes a little bit to, there it goes, 3 keywords were processed, and what it basically did was it generated a list of all the different websites that are using those same keywords. So what I want to do is I want to click this add to data container and process the next keywords. And what you're going to see is this list will get smaller and smaller and smaller each time I push this button, and our data container here will get bigger and bigger and bigger with content URLs in it. And the reason I'm doing this is because the next part of this video I'm going to show you is how to take this data that's in the data container and how you move it into an actual network to market it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit add data to container and process next 3 keywords. And you're seeing this is a live, I mean, we're doing this right on the spot, and this is no different than any other campaign I would run. So you got to save this video if you can and watch it over and over and over again. So far it's pretty easy. I mean, other than learning a little bit about Photoshop and just a little bit about how to right click on a website and view the source code, It's other than that, it's a pretty simple process when you combine it with Add-to-Action. Add-to-Action really is a key here because it provides all the tools and resources that I would otherwise have to go out and spend a lot of money on, and I'd have to go out to 3 or 4 or 5 different softwares out there to accomplish the same process. I mean, these tools here, I've seen websites selling for as much as $299 a month just for this tool set here. To be able to do the data mining and laser targeting of the ads. I mean, this is what some of the bigger companies do when they spend the big dollars on marketing. They do their research and make sure it's dialed in. And the reason you do that is because you can keep your cost per click or your cost per view way, way, way down. And a lot of times people will knock PPV networks because they say the traffic or the volume of traffic is not as good as they would like it to be. Well, the reason is because they don't do their proper research. So they're just throwing their ad out to a big array of people, and chances are you're not going to get a good response. But if you're using tools like this where you can laser target, you can get some incredible responses. So that tool was called the URL scraper. Now what I usually do on this is I click this data container, and from the URL I usually take the top 8. Let me get rid of these ones here. I usually take the top 8. This was from a previous search I did earlier in here, and I failed to delete it. But I'm going to take the top 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know what? I'm going to go down to 10. The top 10 URLs. And the next tool I'm going to do is what's called the similar domain tool. Now what this is going to do is we've scraped all the websites that are similar to those keywords. Now what I want to do is I want to find similar websites to the top 10 that Google pulls up, and this will give me a more targeted list. I'm going to go ahead and hit get URLs, and again this is going to process these, and 5 domains at a time, and it generated an entire list of similar websites to Hulu and some of these other online streaming sites. Pretty cool how this tool is working. I'm going to add that to the data container, and I'm going to process the next 5, and then I'm going to add those to the data container. Now my data container is up to 494. So next thing that I do is I click on that data container again, and I usually like to take the first 10 like I did the last time, and I like to grab those and then I take them into what's called the subdomain extractor. Now the reason I use 10 is because 9 times out of 10 these are going to be the ones people pull up first in Google, and they're the ones that people are going to. Not oftentimes they go to the 3rd and 4th pages of Google. So I'm going to paste those inside here, those 10 domain names again. And what this subdomain extractor does is it's going to go into each one of these domains and it's going to extract all the subpages out of them. So hulu.com/movies/ our top picks, and it basically will take that data and generate me a list. Now what I want to do is I want to go probably about 2 pages deep on these. You can go deeper if you want. Get URLs, and again this is going to process 5 domains at a time, and I want you to look at this list as it's generating. Hulu.com about sharing, Hulu.com discussions, Hulu.com fringe, kingdom. So what basically our goal is with all this is when somebody clicks on this link here, your ad is displayed. So we want to target the right viewers online, the people that are into watching TV online, because that's who we want to sell our product to. So you can see how laser targeted our ad is. So I'm going to go ahead and add to data container, and then I'm going to go ahead and add that to data container, and now our data container has 662 records in it. I do not use this query builder because it can get you in trouble a lot of times and even banned from networks, so it may even get removed from Add-to-Action, so but in the future. But what you have here is now is you have a data container, 662 records. I'm going to download those records, and our marketing campaign was just built that simple. Now if I open that, you're going to see a file now that has our entire record set ready to go, ready for the marketing campaign. Now I like to take the time to go through this and remove things that I just know don't look right. Maybe there's a Google search in there, maybe there's a Bing search, maybe there's a website that has nothing to do with TV that somehow got thrown in there. Take the time to run through that and look at it and